In this video, I'm going to cover the topic of how to do automatic channel and firmware updating on the set-top box. So it's a pretty straightforward procedure. It can be the same actually in terms of steps right across a range of set-top boxes. It's a feature we've developed here at freetv.ie so that if there's a frequency change or a new channel becomes available, or there's a new firmware fix available for some issue that appears in a box, you can do so directly from your remote control because we've embedded a HTTP link in the firmware in the box, which links back to our server and allows us then to be able to, over a Wi-Fi connection or an Ethernet port, to pull down the latest firmware directly from our server. So it just makes this entire service very, very easy, and it's adding a sort of a FreeSat-like automatic channel updating feature to the box. So just to show you what's involved in it, I'm just going to hit the menu button. I'm going to arrow over as far as conditional here, and I'm going to come down as far as software upgrade, and I'm going to go in here to the HTTP link, and I'm going to come along, and we can see that we've a update.abs file here. So just to let people know what's happening here, I've actually connected, in this case is an Edition Nano box, directly onto our Wi-Fi connection, and by hitting the red button here, it's gone directly into the folder we've allocated in the HTTP link on the box. So regardless of what box we go for, the embedded link on the box will tell it exactly the right folder to go to on our server. So we have different options here. The fastest option would be a channel list update, something like that. But the safest way is just go for all software and bootloader. So you're getting the latest firmware and the latest channel list, everything there. So we just come along and we select OK. And this whole part of the process will take just over a minute now. So what it's doing here is it's pulling software, not from a USB stick, but pulling it via the net connection directly onto our server and pulling down this channel list here and the firmware, okay? So at the end of this process, what will happen is the box will turn itself off, turn it back on, and it'll have the latest firmware and the latest channel list available on it, okay? So you can see how straightforward this process is. So it's just preparing for a reboot here. So if you think of the old days, what you need to do is if the BBC changed frequency or something like that, you need to come in and find out the latest frequency, manually tune it in on the box and then order the channels, etc. Where now we'll say it's a very, very straightforward process. So in a few moments time, this box will boot back on. I can actually look at the box here. I can see it powering back up here now. So it's getting ready to come along. So we're just being prompted here that is Edition Progressiv, okay, the Nano. And what will happen here now is we'll be back in to it'll just flick us through the menu structure here, and I'll just go here. We're after choosing English is the default option here on it, and if I just go here now, just give me 1 second, I'm just going to exit out here, and we're back in, and the very latest channel list is being displayed on the screen again. So it really is a fantastic facility. Yeah, I know we're a little bit biased because we created it here ourselves, but really we just saw a niche in the market. Nobody else is doing this, and it really adds value, particularly if people are purchasing the box for somebody who's not technically very good and they want an option of just being able to very quickly and very easily update the channel list, make sure that everything is kept most up to date. So that's it anyway, an overview of the automatic channel updating available on the freetv.ie set-top boxes.